hate him and hate to love him. But by goodness, you cannot deny him, that's for sure.
His opponent, the Gladiator!
Dressed for battle, and my goodness, Stan, last week, Gladiator was in a war against Terry Mado. He didn't quite get the 1, 2, 3 count.
This can be dubbed.
But if he was in a war then, he's going to be an even bigger war here.
We can call this hardcore. It's AWF on E. Hardcore matchup. The Skull and the Gladiator going at it immediately. This is going to be one for the books, one for the record books. Whoa, he's just taken him out.
And getting absolutely nowhere as that big Skull. Well, you call Big Bad Bruce Goodwood Roadblock. What do I call this man? Bulldozer.
You call him that? I'm not calling him anything.
Well, he's a friend of mine. He'll understand where it comes
sure.
from.
Looks like the Gladiator's been taken off his feet.
Exactly what I mean. I think it was a little bit easier versus Mado last week than what it's going to be this week against
It's going to be a big one.
Big Skull.
It's going to be a big one. Gladiator 1-on-1 with the Skull going for the cover. He wants to finish it. That's just going to be hardcore like you've never seen before.
Well, Jacques Rouge's outbursts earlier on, my goodness, against Skull. I don't believe that Skull liked being called that. Do you believe that Jacques Rouge should have been disqualified?
Not quite sure what I believe anymore after all the action I've seen here tonight. But some people just need to be DQ'd.
Well, certainly no DQ in this one. Skull and Gladiator, and this is going to be an outright AWF Slam Series slobber knocker.
Big forearms from the Gladiator, measuring the Skull at KZN. Clothesline, and the Skull is off his feet. That's power. That is a lot of power from the Gladiator.
Well, as I mentioned early on, the Gladiator always refers to himself as the most hardcore man in the game.
Self-proclaimed.
So what do you call Skull? My goodness, if that isn't hardcore, then I don't know what is hardcore.
Big shots to the face of the Gladiator, measuring him. This is going to get ugly. I've got a feeling about this. And it echoes throughout the entire arena. Gladiator fighting back.
Well,
big shots.
Hard indeed.
Pure frustration from both these guys' sides. Nobody wants to lose to the other. The Skull being knocked to one knee. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Give credit where it's due. The Gladiator's a tough customer. Being robbed out of the AWF title last week. Courtesy of Mr. Rousseau and company.
Says you. Glad to stop clapping his hands and wrestling against the Skull. He might find himself upright now instead of on his knees.
Yeah, Frank. You and your buddies.
Not only my buddies, the Skull is probably one of the most popular wrestlers in the whole AWF as he goes for the cover. Only gets a 2 count though.
You ask me.
Definitely.
2 count for the big man. 1-on-1 with the Gladiator to the Skull. It's AWF hardcore. And the shots just keep flying. One to the other, one to the other.
Well, a person wonders where this one's going to go. There's no Mr. Rousseau and bodyguards around the ring.
Thank goodness for that.
Oh, thank goodness for that. For now, Skull and Gladiator are pretty safe. It's 1-on-1. Referee Lucas van Vuren is the man that's in charge. But if you notice, Stan, how the ref keeps his distance. Lucas is a small guy compared to these two big giants.
Oh, he knows what's good for him, obviously.
Well, if I was in there, I'd keep my distance as well. These are two big men.
Submission move, trying to just disconnect the air that's flowing to the brain. Submission move, smart move, cutting him down to size. You knock him down, you try to get him to submit, and of course that's how you win matches. Smart move from the Gladiator's side. Not smart enough, the Skull back to his feet, reversal, and wow, he gets it.
Wow, took him down. I don't think that the big Skull expected that one.
Neither did I.
Well, the Gladiator shows that he can be rough and he can tough and he can get it up in the air as well when he has to. Lovely airborne maneuver there from the Gladiator.
Low blow right in front of the referee. Said it's going to be hardcore. Hardcore and dirty. That's how Skull likes to do things. Going to the outside.
I don't like this ref. You should get Hillbilly in there. If I was Skull, I would have been on the attack. I wouldn't have allowed Gladiator back in the ring. I would have stormed him down and kept him on the outside and try and get a counter. Anything to win.
Test of strength between these two. Oh! Some good shots there, the Gladiator. He's had enough. I think he's getting a bit more than what he bargained for.
Oh, look at smack on the ear. Another one on the ear. On the forehead. Man, this is hardcore. This is more than hardcore, Stan. This is scary stuff.
Both guys really taking a beating here. Evenly matched between these two oaks.
Well, the crowd here in the KZN University, I'm not quite sure where their allegiance is supposed to be. It's a 50-50 here in this building. Half of them are cheering for Gladiator, the other half are for Skull.
Skull putting the Gladiator in a lot of pain. The question is, what man is going to give in first strength? That is the question. Nobody wants to lose this one, but somebody has to lose, and somebody has to win.
You know, Stan, what I really would like to see, I'd like to see a sort of a triple threat match between Skull, Gladiator, and Terry Mado, and see which one of those guys would walk away.
That should be interesting. That should be interesting.
Well, who knows? That might happen sometime in the future. Who can tell? Who can tell? Who can say? Right now, it is the Skull that looks like he's chewing on, or was chewing on, the Gladiator.
Are they starving? It's been a long night. He's hungry. Can't blame him, can you?
No, I don't blame him at all. Thunderation here in Durban, and that's not thunder, folks. That's not lightning. That is Skull planting the Gladiator in the middle of the ring.
1-on-1, it's two of the biggest guys in the AWF and the most hardcore. The man that proclaims to be the toughest here is the Gladiator. 1-on-1 against the Skull, and once again, he's got a mouthful.
Yeah, a mouthful of something here. And what's that?
Something he's keeping in his mouth as a weapon.
Taking something out of his mouth. I can't quite see. But he's taken something out of his mouth and tried to ram it in the eyes of Gladiator. Oh, now it's a one-on-one. Now it's a one-on-one. Bye-bye, Gladiator. Here we come.
Coming our way.
Oh boy, here we go. And once again, Mr. Billy Daniels clearing the table.
That's what's good for me.
I tell you, I feel so sorry for our chief timekeeper. He's never sure what's going to happen next. Uncle Bill, here we go. And once again, the Skull and Gladiator. Uncle Bill, where are you going to sit? You better sit next to me. They've destroyed everything here, Stan. Oh, and he's breaking the chair. Oh, the head of Skull. Skull is fighting back. There's bits and pieces. Oh, for the love of Mike.
It's a disqualification.
It's a disqualification. They've both been disqualified.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a double disqualification. The Skull and the Gladiator have both been disqualified.
Here comes the boss man and his security guards, and they bring in the ultimate bad guy, Captain Jacques Rouge, to the ring with him. Where's this one going?
Not quite sure, but he has something the Skull wants. He has the chains, and Jacques Rouge has come. A double disqualification, and it's going to be hardcore. It's not going to be that crazy, though.
He's got the chain and still not giving it back to the Skull.
Mr. Jacques Rouge, you want to hardcore with me? You can't knock me out, boy. I'll take you on any place, anytime. Now, come. Come on. I want barbed wire. I want baseball bat. That's hardcore. I want hardcore.
Well, folks, Skull, a very angry man. Stay with us. Heavyweight action after the break.